Hello and welcome. Well, hello and welcome. A false start there. To another episode of Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Future jargon, just interjecting because I forgot to put the message in at the start of the video. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is a stone cold classic. It is a game that has a certain exploration focus, and it is therefore vastly better experienced by playing the game than by watching me play. So if you have watched any of this so far and thought to yourself, I quite like the look of this, firstly, as I said last time, good, well perceived, this is brilliant, but secondly, I really at this point I would say just bin the Let's Play. Go and get yourself a copy of the game. At least get it wish listed. You might need the community patch to run it, but it's worth it. These Let's Plays, these deconstructions are more designed for people who have already played the game, and we're going to examine the various elements of it. You're cheating yourself out of an experience. If you follow through to the end of the end of the video, because it's such a short game, you have taken away a sizable portion of the game for yourself. Like, it's really not long. It's a quality, intense experience, but not a lengthy experience. So yeah, I really would urge you to go away and play this for yourself if you haven't played it before. The other thing to say on this is the other warning. Vampire the Masquerade is a sort of, I don't know really American certifications, what you might have called rated R back in the day, or an 18 certification in the UK. It's carrying like a lot of violent, bloody content, some of which is can be quite gritty, and also there's a fair chunk of sexualized content as well. So I'm not going to list every trigger point. I think that's I just don't think that's the way to manage something like this. And I can't know what everyone, what's a trigger point for whom anyway. But I think just be mindful of kind of what you're getting yourself into with this. It's not, as I said last time, it's not Final Fantasy IX. And yeah, maybe should be approached accordingly if this sort of thing isn't your cup of tea. Anyway, that was just a future message to make sure everyone's having the best experience. I'll hand back to Pascal. Sorry for the bad edit. When last we left off, we had gone and got the explosives for Mercurio, and we got his money back as well because we're a stand-up guy like that. And he wanted us to call off the feud between, do we have like a quest log or something on this? I'm gonna try and oh yeah, awful. Okay, so mouse 2 is vampire power, that's good to know. Right, so the F keys are melee ranged, armor, general inventory. Okay, quest log is L for log. Yeah, okay, cool, so it's all here. Okay, great. I mean, this again is very Tim Kaine, the writer on this. A warehouse being used by the Sabbat that must be infiltrated and destroyed. The problem is that Bertram Tung, the person who might be able to get you in, is hiding because of a feud with Therese Verma. To get to Kung, we have to call off the feud. Right, okay. Well, that should be easy enough. What did we get at our last level up? Couldn't think of it actually. Because I think we already did. We have one in computer. We had investigation and security. Yes, that seemed like a reasonable choice, didn't it? Right. Well, I might take that new. Oh, mind you, we don't have. Do we have enough money for a lockpick? Like, what's our general inventory was 4? No, that's what? Pretty sure that's not the button that uses. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Weird. I just like the old keyboard setup, so it's that. I really like the fact that the keys go onto there. That's just a lot easier. So we've got $42, but we do have some estrogen pills which we could sell. I think, did we check out Carson's apartment? The Santa Monica Suites in apartment 1. Isn't this the Santa Monica Suites? Is there like a map? Yeah, I'm sure there is a map. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so Carson. We need a lockpick. So I guess we just need the one lockpick. Silver ring, very nice. A money clip, even nicer.
Check. Is this thing recording? God, I hate these things. Anyway, the McGee case is getting weirder all the time. I found where he's been hiding and I saw some really creepy stuff down there. There was no sign of McGee. I'm gonna follow up on another lead I got too. I updated the files on the computer. This is Carson signing off. Man, that sounds stupid. Check. Is this thing recording? God, I hate these things.
Okay. I'm not always so jazzed on that, to be honest, but whatever. Okay, let's see. McGee. Password. Ooh. Whiskey? Yeah, okay. Actually, do we have the necessary computer? Control C. Okay, that's an interesting choice to use Control C, because I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, cool. Location. Using the tattoo parlor in Santa Monica. Okay, cool. Key. I've got the key to the tattoo parlor. It's on top of the TV. Fantastic. Right. Okay. And there it is. So we have got a lead on that one. Although, as he says, there will be some creepy stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. I couldn't find a good example in the last episode. This is fantastic, and really, this is one of the reasons why I know I bang on about it all the time. I think that the Bloodlines is just such a good RPG. If you are looking to hack into someone's PC or whatever, or hack into anything, I'm obviously not encouraging criminal acts, but like the most useful tool, well, I mean, the two most useful tools for cyber, I guess we'll just call it cyber crime, are physical methods and social engineering. If you go in and there's like, and this is why like passwords and things matter, and you know, we encourage people to have like random, you know, like chains of words or nonsense words, rather than, you know, don't use your bloody daughter's name as a password, because it's like, if anybody wants to get in your machine, that's the first thing they're going to pick. that's what we call social engineering. You find out a bit about the person, you find out what matters. You know, the amount of people out there whose passwords are their pet's name, their girlfriend's name, their son or their child's name. So what Vampire's doing with this is it's saying, well, if you don't have, we've got chosen the hacking skill out of laziness, mostly while drunk. But if we didn't have the hacking skill, if we instead thought about it from a social engineering point of view, it's like, okay, well, what possibly could the password be? Oh, there's a poster on the wall. And the poster says Amalia. Let's, that's obviously this woman's name, or whatever, or whomever she is. It's the only poster that Carlson's got, so he's obviously got a bit of a thing for her. Let's try that. And it would work. And what that ends up meaning, and this is the case for Vampire, and why I think it's so great and such a really good RPG to study for design purposes, is that these abilities and knowledges, to be fair, they supplement your deficiencies as a player. If you are really good at that sort of element of like we call it rather amusingly like penetration testing, if you're good at cyber security, from a sort of offensive point of view, then you don't need points in computer, because the game's got you covered with stuff like this. And I think there was another one in the clinic, which I couldn't remember yesterday again because I was probably drunk, where you can engineer it based on who's having a relationship with whom. So yeah, I think that's great. Going back to the log, sorry, that's probably an easier way to go just straight to the sheet. Why have I got so much humanity already? That wasn't intended. Yeah, investigation. When we walked in here, you might have noticed that the ring on the table and the answer phone had that little trail of blue dots coming from it. That's to highlight that our character has noticed these parts. But the money clip on the table wasn't highlighted because our investigation skill didn't cover that. However, by being remotely attentive and not drunk, apologies if you watched the last episode and watched me miss loads of stuff, we could have found all this. So, yeah, it's I just think it's really, really good, and it applies from everything. From obviously the fighting skills will compensate. We've chosen to go down firearms, which I'm not sure if we're going to really like that in the end, but whatever. Your stealth skill, security, I don't think it covers. Finance, I suppose, to a lesser extent, is like how you manage your money. Although, look, one of the cool things about Bloodlines, if I recall correctly, is that there is a finite amount of experience and a finite amount of money in the game. So while finance isn't that useful in many other games, like if we look at Fallout 1 and 2, like barter is of a very limited use in a world where there's infinite money. And I think hopefully by this point, it's one of my one of the videos I want to put out, just generally, in fact I'm going to write it down now, is about infinicy. Is that the word? Infinicy? The use of infinitely growing things in your game. So a mouthful of a word that I don't know if I've just made that up, of infamousy. But yeah, if you're in Fallout 1, your barter skill will never be worth as much as it is, the finance skill is, in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, because there's infinite money, and if you don't have enough money, you can just go and kill things and get that. And similarly, Vampire does another thing with this where the experience is limited. The experience we get is for quests. We can stand there like farming kills all day long. We're not going to get anything for it. Now, this is a lesson to be used with a certain amount of care, because there's a lot of fun to be had in Fallout 1 and 2 and every other game where you can just farm money and experience. A lot of players like it. And I think almost all players like it some of the time. Excuse me 1 second. That quick cough. Yeah, but I think in a game like Bloodlines, where it's sort of, I would describe it as like holistically baked into the setting. I think it's just great. Really, really good. But anyway. Right, so we can go to the tattoo parlour, and we will, in all probability, get our asses kicked. I am actually just going to see if the doctor, who we blackmailed earlier, has sent any money over to me. We are this one. Oh. Right, the reason why we care about that is we could now go and buy the lockpick. I think that there is somewhere a finance, but okay, cool. Here's a nice thing. Why? Oh, there's the tattoo parlour as well. Why this isn't just standard? Can we run? No. We are running. We can walk instead, and yeah, to me it's exactly as that should go. The tattoo palace there, trips is here.
Thanks for coming back. What you need?
These are weapons?
No, not really. Sorry.
I'm not convinced.
You really don't seem the criminal and or undercover cop type.
Great, let's see what we have.
All right. Come and take a look then.
Right. Okay, so we got that. Oh, so we would actually get more computer skills from that. Right, basically we can get a tire iron, which I think at this point we're still going to focus just on punching things. I think that's a priority. I think we can just get those. We just don't get much in the way of ammunition. Oh, it looks like we've already got some stuff. Yeah. Can we see? Melee combat requirement 3. Okay, that's not going to be much use to us anyway. Right. So... yeah, okay, well... I think let's keep hold of this. No. We definitely need the lockpick. And we might as well get computers for Grandma, even though, as I've said before, it's kind of getting in the way of the social engineering side of things. Let's read that. Good. Now we have that, that's fine. So petty larceny is very much a part of this. Whatever else we are a thieving git. So we're ready for that. I think thievery can start here. Okay, so that's just ours, isn't it? Yeah. In our own apartment block. Or can it? Okay, 505 is open. What is 505? I'm quite sure I love the auto-saving thing. In fact, actually, so much do I not love the auto-saving thing. Is there any possibility that we can just clear this up a little bit? Because it not overwriting saves. Okay, fine. Right, the quest log. Is anything referring to 505? I don't remember. Just someone's apartment. Sometimes these things will not be relevant immediately, but may be relevant later. And sometimes they are just red herrings. Okay. And is that my TV? No? Right, okay.
Arrivederci, Vigo. I too, you're
Again, this might not be relevant just yet. Is that the answer phone? I'm really sorry, I have to have this on so quiet. Oh, that's a radio somewhere. Possibly my own apartment? Okay. Right, well my investigation skills appear to be failing me if there is anything here. So I'm guessing that this is something for later. What shouldn't be something for later is the chest in Carlson's apartment. And possibly even one in Mercurio's, was there? Quick cough. And we're back. Right. Failed. I don't know why I did it twice. I'm pretty sure this uses a skill level system. Yeah. So if we don't have that, we ain't getting in there yet. Which is fine. Kira, did you have anything here that was locked? Doesn't look like it to me. Oh, some questions.
Specifically,
Guns?
guy named Trip up the street. He keeps a few people.
Okay.
Who exactly?
Never mind. Goodbye. There's some short, punchy dialogue in that, by the way, which is good. Right, so we've got that. What about the parking lot? There are some bits and pieces there which we can break into. Not yet. I think there's a grey one somewhere up here as well. Sorry, I lose my bearings somewhat easily in this. Can I imagine it? I'm sure there's another one. not terribly au fait with American cars, so I'm not strong enough to move this. Oh damn. Yeah, we probably should sort out our strength when next we get a chance. Thankfully, we're going straight into a combat scenario, so you know. Oh, we could do. No, we don't want to go straight into a combat scenario. We want to go and see what we can get out of these locked doors. And I think there's still a computer that we didn't actually hack. Right, so she, whose name I forget, has gone. Yeah, administrator. I think we failed to socially engineer this. Email. Password required. It was Lakers, so it's maybe something about basketball. Give me one. Use a little help down here. Can you go to control substances and morphine? Okay, fine. No, it's not for my personal use. You must some in Malcolm's office. Otherwise, combat boots. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using enough. And we'll come out of that, and then we can go for no. We've already been through this. Right, okay, fine. So we just know that there's some morphine upstairs. We've already been in that room because we blackmailed him. There's not too much downstairs. This is. I'm sure that there's like an indicator when you're in a dangerous area or not. I think it might be the just above the blue bar on the left. What the hell is the blue bar on the left? Is that like health? I guess that's health. Right, anyway. Well, we're gonna try and sneak past that guy. Look at that. Okay, and what's this? Oh yeah, this is the CS door. Password. Dosage. Yeah, I got that. Let's unlock that. And CS cabinet. Is it dosage again? No, clever girl. Right, okay. It was Paige. Yeah, the name of the person who he's having an affair with. Which is a bit weird because surely all his colleagues have to use the same password, but okay. Don't we have a key to this? No. Right, okay. Oh shit, the bed. Did we not unlock this? Did I just lock all these doors? Yeah, CS door What am I? CS cabinet. Yeah. Unlock. Shows on the camera enables your security. Fine. Right, okay, cool. Actually, this is a stupid way to do it. Right, so we need to basically follow him. I hope he takes a right. Okay. Which way? Going this way. This way. This way. Right, cool. Camera. Don't know. I'm gonna use this. Ooh. Optometry. No, there's one. Camera 1. Disabled. Right, okay. Camera 2. Prescription storage camera. Oh, right, okay, so that's prescriptions, right? So that's not controlled drugs. Okay, fine. We've done I guess that's part of the reason why we're having all these problems. I remember when I was building my first 3D project in Unity. I'm not huge on 3D projects, as I sort of intimated in the past. Alright. So this isn't... Yeah, okay, we're not going to get in there without that. Yeah. You would think... I built a... was he just right behind me? Oh, what? Oh, the camera's available here anyway. That's probably a mistake. So I built a non-Euclidean room. It was a building. It was like a level on set on an island. It was just for like a project that we had to do as part of just boot camp, really. Basically, I built it was a house that was a square, and it had 4 equal rooms on the ground floor, superficially, but there was only actually 3 of them, and it used portals to trick the player into thinking it had into it being 3 rooms. So it was kind of cool, and doing that was quite complex. Like there were a lot of things. It didn't come out exactly as I wanted, I must admit, but yeah, it was okay. But the part that took easily 15 times as long as that was simply getting a bloody door to operate on a hinge. Absolute carnage it was to do that in Unity. Now, those of you who've built like working door frames on hinges will now be just laughing like well, you know, it's easy, you just do. But oh my god, the trouble I had with it. this time. Yeah. Camera 1. Control substances, camera. Right, okay, fine. Actually, I still don't really know if we've been... Clunky! Although, I'm sure he feels a lot less attentive than he was on my first playthrough of this game. Like, a lot less attentive. Off on his travels again. I wonder if they have patched that down somewhat. You're joking. You're actually joking after all that. Right, where is he? He's just coming there. Right, well, this has been a bloody wasted trip, hasn't it? Is there anything else in there? I guess it's because we've already got the morphine and given it to Mercurio. Is there anything in this one? That's like a staff room. Oh yeah, we've been in here, haven't we? Yeah, well, that's the place, I think. Right, okay, well that's very frustrating because he's going to be coming back here. So it means another waiting around in the room. We're getting a quick shadow artifact. The ambient sound in this game is kind of, well, it ranges between the magical and to the just purely useful, so I think I am going to have it on a little bit louder than I might have done otherwise. Apologies if you are getting some bleed. Okay, well, that was kind of wasted. This is not where I want to be. You're right, okay. We did a sort of a warning at the start. Remember that Vampire the Masquerade does contain some violent themes. Let's go and check out the tattoo parlour. Expect violence and yeah, all sorts of god awful stuff. Very much an 18. Okay. Also apparently epilepsy. There's a tattoo gun. This is a grimy tattoo thing, which rather grimly has straps on. Hello?
Hello. Might I speak with Mr. McGee?
Oh, he doesn't seem to be here at the moment. Can I help you?
Well, I'm not sure. I had an appointment with him a few days ago, but he never seemed to show up. Do you know when he'll return?
Oh, actually, I'm looking for him
You
myself.
are? Isn't that a coincidence? Why are you looking for him?
Let's get Belle.
Oh, I see.
How's it feeling?
I'd be delighted to. Why don't you come down to my office and we'll talk about it? I'm at the end of Main Street, small basement studio. The sign says Gimbals Prosthetics. Just ring the buzzer and I'll let you in.
Okay, but then right, we'll go and see Gimbal. Quick cache for modelling. Call Gimbal's prosthetics. Okay. Not as much there. Some of the grimness and all this is just the fucking living conditions that some of these folks are in. I feel like there's an average male bedroom vibe going on here. Some of us are letting the side down somewhat. But oh well. I don't know, that this might be somewhat above our pay grade right now. We haven't necessarily equipped ourselves for what's about to happen.
Yes, may I help you?
Hello, that's what you're on the phone with a while ago.
Oh, right. I'll buzz you in.
Thanks. Cool. Or is there?
Hello, welcome to Gimbal's Prosthetics and Medical Supplies. You're here about the missing Mr. McGee, am I right?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
Oh, yes, forgive me, my name is Gimbal, Stanley Gimbal. But, oh dear, let us dispense with formalities. You can call me Stan.
Call me a bit by yourself, sir.
Me? Oh, I'm just trying to make things a little easier for those who find themselves disadvantaged. Giving a helping hand, you might say. A leg up. Bloody clever, that one.
What a laugh. No, but...
Oh, right. Mr. McGee. Well, as I told you, he was supposed to show up a few days ago for a photography session. Reference for my work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
No, he didn't. Earlier, I had asked him to take a few pictures of himself for my perusal. A sort of resume, you might say. And that was the last I'd heard of him. Carson? No. I don't think so, anyway. Oh, look. I know I've got some information on Mr. McGee back in my files. Do you want me to try and dig it up?
Yeah.
Don't mention it. Just wait here a moment, and I'll be right along.
Thanks, I'll let you.
You have such beautiful arms. I absolutely must have them.
Huh? Yeah. We are rooted, but we can look around, and we are not rooted. Carnival of Death. Yeah. Right. That is the way out. Marking arms of the parts, all marking the cell, prosthetic limbs, amputees must wait up front. Yeah, absolutely. So this is okay. Right, okay. So we can't get in there just yet. Blood packs always useful. Right. And a camera. That okay. I think what we'll do is save here. I really do feel like there should be a key somewhere to get into there, but maybe we get it at the end. Let's try it. good for us. Is it? I think we'll take Auspex off and we'll go Blood Strike for this one because.
Huh? Oh, hey, help! You gotta get me out of here, man. This guy's a freaking nut job.
Gimbal.
Who, Gimbal? Yeah, Gimbal. That guy's been taking pieces off of me and McGee over here for the last 3 days. He's crazy, man. Freaking crazy.
Yeah. Right, okay. Right, okay. I think there are better ways to do that quest. I don't think that just kicking Gimbal's ass is the...
Thanks, man. You're a lifesaver. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it. I'm telling you, I've been on some weird cases, but this one takes the cake.
You Carson?
Yeah, that's me. How did you know?
Kilpatrick sent me.
Did? Oh, man, that's solid. I owe that guy big. I hope I can figure out a way to get him back for this.
Cosmology.
What? Oh, no, man. No, not for me anymore. Look at my hand. Gimbal took my trigger finger for a trophy. I'm all through with this business. I hate to leave Arthur in a lurch, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Thanks again. Don't worry, I'll take care of old Stumpy here.
You better do. And McGee... Oh, what's this? Yeah, severed arm, which we can carry around with. Yeah. He has seen better days, as you can see. Gimbal was just carrying that severed arm. One experience is, as I say, it's a bit shit there, but whatever. This is Gimbal's room. I guess it's not en suite. And yeah, that's about it. The one thing that was quite satisfying with that is realising that Blood Strike is actually really quite good. I've never used Blood Strike before, but now I have. I think I'll be using it again in the future. What it doesn't do, unfortunately, is give me any sort of key for the other bits. Did we miss? I'm very deliberately not going to save it because I feel like we should be able to get in here before we do anything else. But that to me suggests, because we've got a lockpick, haven't we? Yeah, so it's hello. Oh. Quite expecting that one. Nothing in there, nothing on there. Again, investigation kind of failing me. See, the idea with those things is that, as I understand it, by pile these up somewhere. By making them all movable, you enable things to be hidden later, like underneath and stuff. Let's see if... will I save scum this if I find something? Oh, absolutely. Doesn't look like it's one of these jump over puzzles. You have apparently been picked up for the last time. You are not pickupable. Neither are any of you. Nothing there. That's just the Carnival of Death thing. The bathroom. Right, well I think we might be drawing a blank here. If the key is not there, I don't know. I don't think everything's accessible, so it could just be a red herring. In any case, we'll get out of here, go and speak with Kilpatrick, and yeah, and from there I think we can go in there and see if Therese Vorman is around, or indeed Jeanette for that matter. Are these real bands? I don't know. There are, like, in the clubs, like, sometimes they will have, I think I mentioned it last episode, real bands playing the music. The soundtrack to Bloodlines, I think there's about, like, maybe 8 songs or something like that, by proper bands and artists. Yeah, tell me about. We already mentioned looking in a coil, and yeah, right, there we are.
What's shaking?
I found Carson. Unfortunately, he's not coming out.
What? Ain't coming back? What do you mean he ain't coming back?
Trigger finger got off with.
Man, that's a tough one. Bounty hunter ain't no good without his trigger finger. Well, hell, that really leaves me in hot water, boy. Gonna cost old Arthur real good.
What's the problem?
I got this guy with a sheet a mile long, put in on 3 warrants. His girlfriend put up for the bond, and now he missed the court date. I can't get in touch with either of them. Want a job?
You haven't paid me for finding Carson yet.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Here you are.
Thanks, about that job.
Well, it won't be much of a job since you ain't licensed and all, but until I can get me another bounty hunter, I need you to find out if this guy skipped town or what.
So let me find out if he's here or not.
Yeah, no body attachment or nothing. Just find out if he's here or where he went. I'll pay you. Deal?
Well, I'll do that.
Great, all right. The guy's name is Mike Durbin. Goes by the name Muddy. His girlfriend put up for his bond. She lives over there above Tripp's pawn shop. Her name is Marion Murrieta, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her.
What's the guy's record like?
Well, he was brought up on manslaughter charges years back, but he got acquitted. Since then, he's been in and out for this and that, small-time stuff mostly.
How did he do this?
Most recently, he was brought in as part of a big case on stolen auto parts. It's this big chop shop thing that's going on in Santa Monica. Been in the paper. That's right. Marianne Murrieta, in them crappy places above the pawn shop.
That's where we live.
Find out where the hell Muddy is, where is he going, whatever. But be careful. You're not licensed, and if anything bad goes down, I don't know you. You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Come back when you got some info. Thanks in advance.
Actually, I have a few questions.
Sure, pal. What is it?
I want to know about a few
What
in
place
town.
you want to know about?
You know about the asylum?
Oh, you mean that
Oh,
club?
yeah, okay, I was already at that. Right, thanks, Arthur. Catch you later. Right. So, I think it was G to M, wasn't it? Muddy. Durban. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, so very good. So that will get us into the car. We're basically, yeah, I think I was right before. Yeah, the rooms that we were breaking into. Can we get around this way? Can we get around this way? The rooms that we were trying to break into above our apartment hadn't had the relevant items triggered in there yet, because things just hadn't happened. Oh yeah, we can go down the sewers. Not that there's much excitement down there. Can we also talk about, I mentioned this in Knights of the Old Republic, and the playthrough of this. Do you want an immersive world? This is how you do an immersive world. Okay, like, just make these locations develop over time. Go, like, have a world where you're going back and forth between places, but not in like a lame way, not in a sort of not like just like, oh okay, now I have to go back to do this one thing here, but like have like a genuinely sort of organic feeling development of where things could be, rather than everything being in a damn straight line. It's not about like being able to go into every toilet. Right, okay. I can't remember which one it is. I'm going to assume. Did he actually say? Can we have a look at the quest log? She lives in an apartment above the pound shop. Okay, fine. So it's one of these, but it's not necessarily that one. I reckon it will be, if it's anything, it's going to be the one opposite ours. I think that firstly qualifies as one of the most opposite parts, and then oh, hello, Beeping Tom, a Voyeurs field guide. Crouching. Oh, okay, cool. Stealth. Some of those we might have been better keeping hold of. It's hard to know. Anyway.
Hey, Mayor, it's Mike. Look, I gotta head downtown for a few days, maybe longer. If Reno calls, tell him to meet me down there. We got something to discuss, apparently. I'll be at Milton's place in the Skyline Lofts 2A. Sorry, baby. I'll explain everything later.
Okay, cool. The question is there a car key? Because we can't get to downtown yet. Doesn't look like it. I'm not seeing it. Okay. Fine. Alright. I think, did we get enough experience to level up? Character sheet. We did. Or rather, we can level up one of the low level things. Finance is good and all. I'm hugely tempted to take some brawl or some strength, but possibly not. Right. Appearance is really not necessary, but It also happens to be extremely enjoyable, so yeah. I think we'll go charisma for now. I think we've got them. I know that we decided, having been impressed by Auspex, I think we can. Yeah, we can probably go without that. Is anybody in the alley? If there's anyone in the alley, we'll take advantage of them. Hello. Yep.
Something else you need, Chief?
I'm looking for Therese now.
Therese? She's upstairs. She said she had business to attend to, but I can hear her and Jeanette bickering from here. Why do you need to see her?
Oh, I got the bartending job.
What? Are you serious? I've worked for that bitch the last 15 years, and now she's replacing me? Well, you can go take the elevator over there and tell her she can kiss my ass. I'm out of here.
I didn't want to tell you. The world would be intolerable if there was nothing as beautiful as you.
You think I'm really?
Be here all the time. Blah blah blah. That's where I go. And Lusty. A lot of that going on in this game. Oh no, it's upstairs is. My favourite track. Cool.
Your city? Last time I looked, it was called Santa Monica, not stuck up this. Oh, look at you sometimes. Oh, please. You really do kind of flattering portrait of me with your turn-of-the-century vibe. I always assumed you could do nothing but look down on me. Just the sight of you. The sight of that wicked, painted house, concealing that dirty, diseased mind. Sin! You have no sin. Let's see who is without sin past the fierce tone. Go ahead and mock me. You pull your pranks, make fun of my ways. It suits you. You're just one big joke. Don't you call me that. Should I start calling a duck a pig as well? I'm your sister. How can you treat me like this? Oh, sister man, run away from the truth. I'll take care of everything, as always.
I love these two. They're fucking great. Right.
Please, come in. I do apologize for my sister's crassness if it made you uncomfortable. She's unabashedly scandalous, but in the club business, I suppose that kind of personality's a necessary evil.
If you say so. Jeanette, she was neutral.
Nonsense. She's nothing but.
Fair. Where is she?
She's got issues she's still trying to get over, and so she's locked herself in the bathroom. Jealousy, really. You see, I was the family favorite, and I'm the successful one, and as you may have noticed, she's obviously starved for attention.
That's too bad. I want to see more of it.
Under the half-shirt and miniskirt, she's rotten to the bone.
That sounds like you're jealous.
Please, get to the point of your presence in my city.
Therese.
Therese Vorman, yes. I'm the proprietor of this club, and the only person in this city whose good side it's in your best interest to stay on. What brings you to Santa Monica?
I need to cut off the feud with Bertram Tongue.
Tongue's exile is self-imposed, I assure you. But then, what reason would I have not to hate that loathsome Nosferatu scoundrel? Bloody Nosferatu. They're so unclean.
Why'd you hate him?
He meddles in my affairs. He's a bad influence on my sister, and she on him. If you were in my place, would you let him compromise your authority? You most certainly would not. I'd quite like it if I never had to hear that name again.
Okay, you put out words you've got no future.
Why would I do that? Let him think I mean to kill him. That way I don't have to worry about him sabotaging everything. Do you realize how his subterfuge makes me look to the Camarilla?
It's unfortunate.
Tongue and his co-conspirators' actions ruined my chance at partnership in a crucial piece of property. I do have several other promising ventures, and one in particular has been, to say the least, an ordeal. I'd be willing to put the word out that my grievances with Tongue have been swept under the rug, but in return, you'll have to help me remove a particularly burdensome spirit from a property I'm looking to invest in.
You mean a ghost?
Ah, I forgot. You're still new to this. Allow me to break you in. Yes, ghosts exist. Werewolves, mummies, and I'd expect a whole lot of other things I've never seen share the night with us.
What do I have to do to get rid of the ghost?
Rumor is that a personal item of a ghost's may be used to draw it out or excise it from its haunt. While I don't put a lot of stock in hearsay, it's my last option. So I want you to go to the Ocean House Hotel, find an item of the spirits, and bring it back.
Why don't you go?
As much as I'd like to ensure it's done properly, you're in no position to refuse. That is, if you still want me to call off the feud.
I'll do it.
Oh, I fully intend to do so. You'll find that dealing with me on the whole is appreciably more predictable than dealing with some of the egomaniacs that are my peers. So long as our business doesn't go sour, my word is gold.
I can respect that and I appreciate it.
Before I forget, take this. The only way to reach the Ocean House this time of night is through a tunnel in the sewers. You'll need that key to open the gate for that tunnel.
That's what it takes.
If you'll excuse me, I've got situations to set straight.
I have a few questions. Tell me about your sister.
Jeanette is the freak show I keep around to lure in curiosity seekers. She's very good with the clientele, but her business skills are approximate to those of a 4-year-old with a $1 bill and a 5 and dime.
Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. Oh, hello. We're just in the same room, which obviously... Right. Email, I don't know. Shall I see? Try it. Yeah. Skill too low. Yeah, difficulty with thing. Can we get contacts up? Let's try. Okay, let's try contacts. Daves. Okay. What does that couple people do? Girls Rock. Father. It's a cool art style. And then this is Teresa's side, but we can't do that now. It might actually just be Bertie for one of them. Can't remember. Right. So the... Hello? Yeah. The tonal vibe of Bloodlines. I mean, firstly, I said it before, like, as is completely in keeping with the general aesthetic of the world of darkness, particularly with regards to vampire. It's a combination of just like horror and sex, It is absolutely just unabashedly horny, and I have a special respect for it, because of course who's the well, Tim Kaine, incredibly like horny and, to the best of my knowledge, largely heterosexual game, was of its lead designer was a gay man. So what does that tell you about?
Hey, baby.
Hello. Hi. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe if you play, maybe I just because I play it like a, like the unimaginative straight that I am. Let's go to the sewers. It's thankfully not the sewers level, but it is a level in the sewers. Right, okay. Yeah, let's do this. So, where are we? Oh, God. Lights. Right, okay, good. Yes, I am here. Access points to Ocean House Hotel. Right, so we just need to go to the end of the thing, and it's there. Oh, is there anything that comes up in the basement? So maybe we'll actually have a bit of a nosy here, because it looks like that comes out, if we can get there, at bail bonds. There are rats down here which we can look at if we so choose. Feed on. I'm more just curious. Oh, okay. It's literally just there. Right, yeah. Okay, help. Okay, we have not soft locked the game, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just going to go back and just... mind you, is there anything? If you're a Nosferatu, you have to spend almost your entire time in the sewers, which is not necessarily... Well, it's like I say, it's not perhaps the easiest first playthrough, I would imagine. But you do you. Okay, cool. So this is the Ocean House, not the Overlook, but it definitely is. Takes a little bit of inspiration from it. Cool. Ocean House front door key, and we don't need the second one. Right. Yeah, don't you forget it. Nothing there. No, but let's expect that. So I recently did a video, or hopefully I ended up publishing it because it got interrupted halfway through, on level design within RPGs. I didn't enjoy this very much compared to the rest of Bloodlines. I really like with the rest of Bloodlines, you're interacting in a world. This feels like a dungeon. It's also quite unnerving. Cool. Yes, we will occasionally get hit just by things. Santa Monica celebrates the new Ocean House Hotel. Yeah, probably will pass on the elevator. might not have the strength to get everything. Okay. So the other thing with this, I don't know how it'll be on this, but there's a reason why I put points into bloody Auspex. The first time I played this, I couldn't see shit. I don't know if it was just like the game settings or like the gamma or whatever, but it was. Yeah, it was pretty awful. Okay, I tried to dodge that, failed. Yeah, he's here, he's watching, he wants to kill me. Yeah. So, we have fallen through. Can we lockpick this? Nope. Right, that's Auspex. Auspex will make our life slightly easier. Only slightly. Power status. Okay, well, we're not going to get power here, are we? So, this way. Not a great deal of anything. I guess that's someone else we can look forward to falling down. That's how long Auspex lasts. So, okay. That's me unnerved. It does give us slightly more perception as well, which will help finding stuff. Not least of which, sure there was something in one of these. No. Can we get through this? Cool. What's this? Hotel help. Child's severed head found in hotel laundry room. Yeah. This is what I'm... Whoop. Okay, that's back to the start. So now I need to go back to the laundry room. Except I've lost my bearings again. No, here we are. Okay, well, that's creepy. Ocean House boiler room key. Alright. Right, I'm going to save the game. It's been a little while since I did. Oh dear. Right, okay, yeah. So that's a final death. I think what we have to do is do that and then get out of dodge. Maybe keeping a bit more of an eye on our health. So, open this. Auspex on. Go. Go, 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 go. And we're out in time. specs to spare. This should activate the elevator. Which will help us to get out of here. Okay, that's just that door. Elevator, yes. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Hilarious. Oh well, that's gonna... Go on then. We'll see that you're gonna go. So might as well save that. Just convenience. Yes, there it is. Hitting us the back of the head. Right. What were... Ouch. Yes, ouch. Reading this. Second child was chopped up like firewood. Elevator. I don't go too deep down the Auspex road because I'm not. The other reason I just don't enjoy this, so I find it stressful. Lockpick, okay, 10, so I guess that's the last place we'll be going. Okay. What was that? Well, it's just the door for this, but we didn't find anything in here, or at least nothing in here yet. Making the assumption there's nothing under the bed. Just the sound of people getting chopped up. Right, okay. There, but we need that. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. Out. Well, okay, first off, let me take the upstairs key, and then let me exit this now, and then I will get out. Cool. Right. Yeah, I figured as much. Well, let's have another save of the old game. Okay, well. You know where we're going now. To the bar. This is finally feel a bit more relaxed now. Possibly responsible for Inferno. Right, well, I don't think there's anything we need to worry about here again. Oh yeah. Okay. Again, stressful, but there we go. Yeah. sorry. Just right direction. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I say. Go. Ouch. Can we not just... No? I think this passes. No, it does not pass. Yeah, chill out. Cool. Okay, I was not careful, clearly. When did we last save? Oh gosh, right, okay, fine. Suicide, yeah, okay. I think it was this way, wasn't it? Hedge up, that's both ways. It was indeed. Right, okay. Right. There's the diary, which we're going to act as if we've read. Okay. Okay. And now I think it has to go on for like maybe a minimum period of time or something. Like I don't think the door open, the trigger for it is the time delay. In actual fact, does sneaking really help us? Right, I think now if we run for it, yeah, okay. Right, and then here we can do another save, because I'm not entirely sure what even killed us last time. But... okay. Well, yes, I learned my lesson from last time, actually. Oh, fucking hell! Defeated by a step. Okay. Can we... I feel like a fucking Dalek. Yeah, well, I will be careful, but... Right, okay. Right, okay, well, we got through that at least. Oh, but now it's this bit. Yeah. Right, okay, be careful the second. Yoink. Right, okay, okay. Okay. Good point to save the game, because that was a lot of danger in a very short space of time. Mother or father could have been Ocean House Killer. Wow. Yes. 216. No. Somewhere. You'd have to assume it would be in there because that is the one room we've got access to. Oh, so this was where she was killed? Unless she managed to get out any other way. That was what? The closet, okay. Oh, okay, cool. Increases defense by 1 point. Yeah, okay, very nice. I thought... What was around this way? Oh. Okay. And that is just Ava stuff apparently. This is a cupboard, very nice. Someone's laughing at something. I think it expected us to come this way first. Does it? Ouch. And also mild alarm. Yeah, no, still hit me. So I praise myself for a magnificent dodge. But no, okay. Good. Very good. Leave no bathroom unturned. Even though I'm probably missing the actual bits that we need. Nothing this way. Nothing this way. Just this glowing door handle pointing that way. Okay. Yep, not too long now. Probably merits a save of the game, so I don't have to do all this again. Okay, right, well. Now check this out. It's puzzle platform time. Okay. Well, such as it is. It was here that it starts. The fire. And we need to get out of here. Whoa. Inventory. Where are my blood vials? They're there. Blood pack. Yep, use one. I think we've actually done that. Oh. Right, so we're now in Fantasyland. Somewhere in here is the locket. Hello. We have the pendant. We are here. Quest log updates signifying journal adjustment. Most cases doesn't mean to keep it trapped forever. It's just wait to free it. Pendant. Right, okay, well that's all good and well. But we need to free this person, don't we? So how do we do that? Please. Right, well we've got the locket, although we very much haven't freed the ghost as of yet. Can we... There was like an elevator around here or something? Yeah, we might be stuck here forever because I can't follow basic puzzle design on this. Right, okay, so there's the other elevator, so that's not going to work. Was there something... Oh. Right. Oh, I see. That's steam, is it? Okay, so we're just going to take damage. That's unfortunate. Whatever. We did save, so hopefully there's no more of that. Yeah, I guess. it wasn't up there, was it? I guess we can just kind of attempt to work. Handle the various elevator elements. Will those doors work? Right, so that's blocking off that. So there's no more of that nonsense. Right. Okay. Nope. I just want to leave. Although at least we're getting the health back. As a result of all this dillying and dallying. The game's kind in that regard. So maybe it is the far door? Which means we're going to have to lose health again. Apologies if you've noticed this and are screaming at me to get my act together. We may be here sometime. Right. Okay. Can we just... Okay, so we're just going to have to take the hits. No, we're not going to take the hits. Right, okay. We're just going to have to... start anew. Where even was this? Keep careful, keep looking. Is this... This feels like we have the pendant, okay. What does it say? When you hold it in the palm for a few times, you're overwhelmed with the feeling of profound sadness. Checks out. I can't just jump out. Like I don't... It can't be that, can it? Because it would give me a... I mean, the fact that it opens up to the elevator suggests that, to me, that the elevator is the way out. Okay. Take some damage there just for kicks. Can't get through there because that's blocked off. That's the... Oh. Were we on the top one or were we on this one? Doesn't matter, we're going to fall off both of them. Yep. So there's this one and then there's that one there. Not quite sure. So is this where we... This is the fire thing, okay, so if we come down to this one, that is the front door. And it's not letting us fall down there again, which is more generous than I perhaps deserve. But it doesn't feel complete. Discover the journal in the ocean. Jealous man seems to be trying to find a way to free her. What happens if we just take the locket outside? Okay, well, it doesn't look like that's the deciding factor. What have we got then? Keep a track. Retrieve the pendant. Feud. Okay, but in the inventory, we have got. Sorry, remains. Okay. Wait, what was it? Actually got quite a lot of money now somehow. Yeah, we can just sell those, but we probably won't until we've got that. I think we just hold that in our inventory and get the benefits. Yeah, I feel like there's still something we're missing here. Like, it will resolve when we give it the ring or the pet. Yeah, that's it. That was what it needed. It's like a punch at the door. Are there any bits that we haven't been to yet? Because it will resolve when Therese takes the ring, but the pendant rather, but it won't necessarily give us the full whack of experience if we've not solved it entirely correctly. Yeah. Oh. Bits and pieces, fine. Look, and I don't really want to be looking things up if possible. Specs. Okay, but that looks like it's now very deliberately not letting us back down there. Oh, I think maybe we just have to give up, unfortunately. Can't really even remember how we got in here, and I have to use the last bit of Auspex to try and find the manhole cover, because the light is now pouring through the windows, which makes this incredibly hard to find. There it is. Okay. Yeah, there are, as I say, rats everywhere that we can feed on. This is not going to tell us the way. Yeah. the Nosferatu get loads more from feeding on those than we will. But you know, it's free. Right, let's have a quick look on here. So with is there anything exciting? So D looks like it opens inside something. Where does it open? Inside? No, it's just seven. The parking garage. Okay, that's not very exciting. 14 is the Santa Monica Suites. That's just outside the house. Yeah. C. Is that just by the? What is that? I feel like C might open into a building. But I also feel like I just want to leave. So, having looked at the map, I'll just completely forget about the existence of the map and get out of Dodge. Cool. Yeah, we might need it to go into the gallery, but that's another matter. I think what we'll do, we'll hand in this and then we'll call it there, because it's been already a long episode. What do you think about... well, let's get to the conclusion, because we've got one more thing to speak with Therese about. And then we have... I think we've actually got a little bit of combat as well, if we... so inclined. Yeah. So there we go. Oh.
How odd. I was just having naughty thoughts about you. You made quite an impression earlier. Did you come up just to cheer lonely little me?
Yep.
Really? Do I often pogo stick through your thoughts wearing nothing but a smile? Be honest. Or don't.
I found you that. What do I do?
What all swayed kittens do. On hands and knees, you lap up the milk of me. And we purr, kitten, like dragonflies buzzing around frog bellies.
Kinky.
So, Therese told me you might be back with something for her. Do you have it with you?
Of course.
It's beautiful. Like a knight in shining armor, dangling at the end of a noose.
I'm sure nothing does.
That was cliche and predictable, but you can say it any time, and I'll act like you were the first and only.
There's Tommy God.
Oh, did she now? I spend a few nights with Bertram, and all of a sudden he's the pox of Santa Monica. Paranoia and Therese have been bedfellows for longer than I can remember. Indulge my curiosity. What did you really think of Therese?
She's not a pest.
Oh, I wish I could do something about it, but Bertram won't believe it's off until he hears Therese say it's off. And as I told you, I'm really not sure where Therese is. However...
What's this now?
Do you know Gallery Noir down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city. And we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk.
For you, anything.
I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the paintings in the gallery a good slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre. And steal the charity box, would you? Buy yourself something velvet.
Alright, let's have some meat.
I'm sure Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long.
Never intentionally keep you waiting, Jeanette.
Oh, and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling.
I will. Yep, and no. Right, okay. This should now, whether or not we can access it is another matter. Yeah, so now we've got Therese's emails because Jeanette's here. I don't think we're going to be able to get in on this. Nope. Just try. Father? No. No. Can't remember this one. Do we have, just out of interest, enough? No, we have got very little experience on the sheet. So we're not going to get too far with that one. Well, yep. It's a shame because there's some quite interesting flavour text on those, but that will have to be for another time. You're still here.
Something else you need, Chief?
What do you know about Therese and Jeanette?
They cut me a check every 2 weeks. End of discussion.
I need someone to tell my choice.
Oh boy.
I just found my best friend.
Yeah.
Why is it something like that?
Uh-huh.
The only thing I have to look forward to now is death.
Right. You gonna buy a drink or what?
I don't drink. No, but I feel much better having told someone. Sensational. Right, okay. So we have given the locket thing. The murderous ghost has remains to keep it trapped in forever and find a way free. Choose on the available to go. We should check back later. So it's Reese when she returns. Yeah, it probably wasn't the best idea, but you know, it progressed things. Right. What do you think of this game and this episode as well? Actually, can we feed? Is anybody in this? No. We can pay to feed, but that's yeah, not necessarily the best idea. Actually, before we do that, can we thin out some of these a bit? Yeah, what do you think of this? To me, Bloodlines, and I might actually edit this to put in because I forgot to say at the start. You know, this is not an all-time classic, and yeah, like many of the games on the channel, maybe go and play it for yourself. Not least of which because it, as I say, like the level of sexualization in it is it's a somewhat awkward experience to play in a group. So go in yeah, go and play it for yourself. What do you think of the Overlook as a? That's not the Overlook. The Ocean House as a design for full level design. Like I'm not keen on that, but I am. Like, it's not exactly in the age of things like Five Nights at Freddy's, like the level of jump scare in it is relatively low, but I'm quite a twitchy person, so I don't I don't have a great time in there. I also have a certain amount of like double stress with the Ocean House, because the first time I played it, as I say, I had much less visibility than I have now. Like, it just, whatever the settings were back then, it was like going around in the basement was pretty much pure darkness, which was horrendous. I was just absolutely completely reliant on Auspex, which I had at a lower level than I have here. I don't think we'll need to put any more points in Auspex for quite some time now. The other thing with it, like as a result, like firstly I was even more twitchy then because it was the first time I played it, and on top of that, if you saw like me trying to get out and how much time it took this time, you can like multiply that by 3 or 4 for the first time I did it. So I have a lot of painful memories with the Ocean House, compared to just generally hanging around Santa Monica. I think I think like with something, and I don't know if it happens so much anymore. Certainly, when it does happen, there seems to be problems with the execution. Once upon a time in Western RPGs, well, I suppose before we even get to that, like a genre that was very, very, very popular in the 1990s that has fallen almost entirely out of vogue now, were point-and-click adventures. Get games like Monkey Island and Day of the Tentacle were like they're kind of like comedic games, but they were just really popular, well respected games. You have an inventory, use such a thing on such a thing. There's very little in those games. Very little combat or death points. It's just puzzle solving with kind of abstract thinking and using every item on every other item. Before them you had things like Maniac Mansion, and then for more sort of serious affairs, Broken Sword and its sequel were very, very popular, well respected for what they were, and things like Sam & Max, Full Throttle, the Indiana Jones games, just loads of stuff like that. Now these games, you'll still find point and click adventures out there, but I think people have soured on them, and not without good reason. Point and click adventures, they're not terribly complex things to create, and it is now kind of difficult to be doing inventive things with them, because ultimately it just comes down to use every combination of everything on everything and you win. But the reason I bring this up in relation to Vampire the Masquerade is that like one of the themes of point and click adventures was the idea that you'd be in an area, you'd have access to a number of no, that's a bit of a dangerous game. you'd have like access to a set number of areas. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're in Paris. I'm not sure if that's the first Broken Sword or the second one. And at that point, there are, 4 areas with each comprising of 3 to 5 screens that you can go through. And the idea in the puzzle solving is that you're going to be going back and forth in that area. And you would be, like, now I think we do talk about like hubs, having like a central hub around which the areas attach. But that's not really the same thing. Like games like Discworld or Sam & Max Hit the Road, like they were giving you a series of areas at a time that you were expected to sort of exist in and figure out the relationship between, obviously Sam & Max is probably not the best example because that was like a lot of abstract silliness, but by and large, with these games, you were expected to find the relationship between the various components of the world. And I think in a lot of RPGs that I've played since, even in Western RPGs, we'll put the JRPGs to one side, but even the Western ones, you're kind of moving in a very linear path in terms of your progression through areas. Like, there seems to be a sense that when you've done one area, you move on to the next, and the attributes and skills and levels, or how you've built your character, affect you in that area, but not necessarily. It's just not like a back and forth process. And even like things like the Elder Scrolls series, it's like you go back to places, but you still, as I am aware of it, are mostly handling like these areas are kind of self-contained, and like the living, breathing sense of it comes from the detail by which the characters act, like the NPCs act, the conversations they have in the background, their working routine, or survival mechanics like eating, or keeping water management. The Bethesda Fallout's very fond of that. I think the way you make an immersive world, I know I talked about this in the Knights of the Old Republic one, I know I've banged on about it loads of times, but I just think it's really important. Part of making an immersive world is not covering the boring reality of people going to bed. People need to sleep. It's not about that. It's about whether or not things that you have experienced are still relevant. Like the fact that we've left our apartments. We've been there. We got that message that whatever his name, Muddy, left on his girlfriend's answer phone, so we know where he is. He's downtown. So we're done in those apartments now. Well, no. We'll probably need to go back. We'll probably need to go and do things in that section. So the world therefore gets a living, breathing aspect of it, but it's not like just a boring, pointless part. It's just, it becomes something for consideration. I guess the other thing with it, maybe this is the better way to explain my thoughts, everything is inherently less disposable because you don't know if it's needed again. And that's what makes a world living and breathing. Obviously, this is talking about it from a pure level design perspective, rather than discussing it from an art direction standpoint. Which is the other thing, which, like, you know, just to go for a walk, like, through Santa Monica in this, like, if you're creating a vampire game, like, it's just superb art direction. And I know obviously that, like, this is, you know, it's just like it's a place that's being used as inspiration for the architecture and that, but the way, like, the seediness that creeps in, and it gets a bit. The unfortunate thing is with this, because it's like it's sitting in this like horror, sexualized horror kind of, is that the word? No, because that implies that I don't know, like this bouncing between like sex and horror. It can get a bit outlandish later on, like, you know, because we're going to find every maniac that's ever lived in this place, and you sort of wonder, like, even how in something as big as this, how people, like how any of all this stuff can be happening and being got away with, or maybe that's just me underestimating LA. I don't know. But I think it really just gets the vibe, the aesthetic right. Yeah, even within these sort of sealed off areas. So yeah, Bloodlines for me is a masterclass. However, and this is the big lesson with this, if you've just been watching, you're like, maybe I'll pick it up sometime. It's like, if you're thinking maybe you should maybe you'll pick this up sometime, pick it up now, because we're a reasonable chunk of the way through the game. Like, I don't know if there is a like a, I don't think they call it map, is it? Quest log. Okay. I think maybe it possibly appears here. Oh no, okay, so yeah, right. Those, Santa Monica, downtown, Hollywood, Chinatown, those are our 4 areas. Okay, and and they're all roughly of equal size. And I thought the first time I played this, and I think this is a spoiler that's worth having, because you kind of need to know. When I played it the first time, I thought Santa Monica, downtown, Hollywood, and Chinatown. Then once that's done, we would go to, I don't know, Chicago or somewhere else. We'd be shipped off. There'd be some new location to go to. Just because I don't know, the world just seems very complete, but also by virtue of the fact that we're reusing lots of areas within these areas and spending time there, it feels like it's kind of small. Bloodlines is not a long game. We're nearly done with Santa Monica. And like downtown is longer. There's areas in like temporary areas in between that sort of mark the passing of the chapters, if you like. But like downtown has the most stuff going on. Hollywood is still probably slightly bigger than Santa Monica, but Chinatown's smaller. So this is not a lengthy game. If you're liking the look of it, get cracking, pick it up and play it. You know, you are out of the tutorial. I think this is a really nice balance as well of like just how neatly executed this is. But yeah, I think it's an all-time classic. As I'm playing it now, it's I don't know that it might be S tier rather than A tier. It's so good, but we've got a sewers level at some point. And I will decide how much I like it after I've played that bloody sewers level. But in any case, that's enough of this time. More than enough. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.